Cleveland, to anyone who may have questioned whether a team could possibly be any better at any given moment, or a stretch of baseball any more sublime and intoxicating than the Cleveland Indians and the winning streak that will not die had been over the course of 3 straight weeks without a loss, the answer came in moments small and large Thursday night at Progressive Field. And it amounted to, yes, absolutely. It came crashing in with epic hits and thunderous roars, all leading up to the Indians' 22nd consecutive victory, on record. There was Francisco Lindor's game-tying RBI double off the left field wall with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th, and Jay Bruce's walk-off double in the 10th, securing a 3-2 victory over the Kansas City Royals that was unlike any other in the course of a streak that started more than 3 weeks ago and had never really been threatened before Thursday night. The Indians haven't treated any single win during the streak as anything more than another small milestone in baseball's daily marathon over the hills and turns of a 6-month regular season. And if Thursday night's victory carried an extra dose of emotion, it was only partly due to the fact the Indians now own sole possession of the longest winning streak in Major League history, passing the 1935 Chicago Cubs, who won 21 straight, and notwithstanding the 26 straight, interrupted by a tie, won by the 1916 New York Giants. But it was also because before Thursday night, the Indians not only had not required walk-off heroics to win a game during the streak, but hadn't trailed at all after the 6th inning. But if the question was what could possibly make a team on a 21-game winning streak even better, the answer came in the top of the 6th inning, when the bullpen door opened, Miller time flashed on the ribbon boards and a 6'7" figure of shaggy hair and sharp angles came jogging across the outfield grass on his way to the mound. An October-tinged crowd of 30,874 stood and roared. They already knew that answer, Andrew Miller. The version of the Indians that won 21 straight did not have him, the one that won its 22nd straight did. In the context of what truly matters to the Indians, this was the larger development on this night, because Miller, the left-handed slayer of late-inning rallies, was back from the disabled list, just in time to get himself ready for the Indians' real mission, which begins next month. There is but one game the Indians care about winning, their last game of 2017, the one deep in the fall, late October or early November, that will bring the World Series trophy to Cleveland. Their seeming ambivalence toward the streak can be boiled down to one fact: no matter how many wins they amass, each one does a little, aside from moving them closer to clinching a playoff spot, to help them secure the thing that matters most. But win or lose in the postseason, the Indian streak will stand as one of the great achievements in modern baseball. The Indians have outscored opponents by a combined score of 142-37 during its length, a run differential of +105, better than many good to great teams, including the 2016 AL pennant-winning Indians, amass in an entire regular season. It's been an incredible team to watch, Miller said of his 3-week view of the Indians from the sidelines. Miller, quite possibly the best left-handed reliever in baseball and the MVP of the 2016 American League Championship Series, had missed the entirety of the Indians' winning streak to this point while recovering from a knee injury, and his return, quite obviously, made them immediately better, assuming he's at full health. In mid-August, when he tried to come back from the same injury too soon, he wound up back on the disabled list after 2 appearances. "I don't want to miss any time. It's not fun to sit on sidelines," he said. But, at least, the injury happened early enough that we were able to deal with it. "I'd like to go on a nice little run here before the end of season and build up some positive stuff before the playoffs." The Indians' conservative plan for Miller over the remainder of the regular season underscores what's really important to the Indians, and it isn't the result of a mid-September game against Kansas City. Winning streak be damned. With their division title all but secured, the Indians have the luxury of mapping out a progressive build-up for Miller that will involve 6 to 7 appearances over these final 2+ weeks, gradually adding more pitches and more batters to his workload, in hopes of getting him back to full power by October 5 when the Indians expect to host Game 1 of the AL Division Series. The goal is for him to be the huge weapon that he can be, manager Terry Francona said. In the 2016 postseason, Francona famously unleashed Miller to devastating effect, turning the big lefty into a multi-inning, high-leverage fireman who saw action in every inning from the 5th through the